Hi and welcome to Time+Space. My name's Jon Dennis, I'm a product specialist. In this video I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of the new virtual drum synthesizer by Rob Papen called Punch. As you can see, this is the main interface here of Punch, and it's split into sort of 4 screens. Over here on the left hand side you've got your pads. Now Punch has 2 bass drums, 2 snare drums, 2 open hi-hats, 3 toms, 2 claps, 3 user drums, which you can edit the actual internal sounds and save those, and also 8 sample slots, so you can bring your own samples. So you can see down here are all the pads for your drum sounds. The screen we're on at the moment is the easy screen. This gives you quick access to all the basic functions of Punch, such as pitch, decay, filter and effects. When you edit on this screen, it edits the whole group of sounds. So if I just play a pattern here, that's doing the decay. Or the pitch, I've got it set to octave here, so you've got fine, semi or octave. And all of these sliders can be assigned to any MIDI controller, so you just literally right click on that and latch to MIDI, and then so here I've got this on the pad control set to here. So starting over here, you've got your filters, standard sort of filter setup. Cut off in your cue, in your envelopes. And over here, you've got your effects, which is basically just the 4 channels, so you can bring in the level of that effects and bypass them as well. So down here, you've got your sequencer section, and you've got 8 sequences, and each sequence can have 16 steps. In that sequence, and you've got 4 sounds which can be triggered within that sequence. So here you've got groove 1. When I click on it, it will play the pattern, and I've assigned this to one of the pads on the pad control. I've also done the same with groove 2. Now to edit the patterns, just click track view here. You've got your 4 sounds or 4 tracks, and then you can select those sounds or which sounds you want to go into which track. So track 3 here, I could select as any one of these, so a clap or a tom, and then just literally draw that in, like so. Now you can hear the tom playing. You've got swing, flam and human as well. So that's the basic functions of the first screen when you open up Punch. And then it gets a little bit more complicated. Now when you go onto pads, you can really edit the sounds and make your own sort of user sounds. The kick drum here is set, you've got mode, so you can select different modes or different sort of sounds as such, but they're using the internal synthesis of Punch. It's not using a sample, it's an internal synthesizer. That's important to remember that. So because of that, it can you can make literally thousands of different types of variations of that sound. So you get a load included here. So if I go to model 1, straight away you can hear that's different. Go back to model 4, which was on a moment ago. You've got your thump frequency and your punch for the kick drums, and for each pad the settings are slightly different, applicable to that type of sound. So for the bass drum we've got the thump and punch. Curve, decay. And then you've got your click noise as well. Over here you've got your effects. This is where you can sort of select the effect for that particular sound, such as reverb or chorus. I've actually got distortion set to effects 1. and I've assigned this to the controller here, knob 1 on the pad control. And then, as you can see, when I turn the knob, and you can select the kick drum to go out of either effects 1, 2, 3 or 4, and then each of those you can select that effect. You've got 25 effects, so there's plenty there to really make the sounds distorted or loads of reverb depending on what you want. So that's the pads screen, and then we have the mixer here, which is basically as it sounds. You can alter the volume and pan for each pad, each sound. As you can see here, you've got the volume and the pan, and also you can again do the mix and pan and turn off the effects here. And then the last screen is the modulation. This is where you can edit the LFO and the envelopes. You can assign filters to the LFO and just the speed and the pan, which is very useful to get some interesting sounds. And also there's a bank manager, which is very useful when you've got absolutely loads of sounds. You can go in here and then access the presets and sequence the grooves really quickly. Down here, as I said earlier, you've got the 8 pads to bring in your own samples. So when you click on here, you can just load up any sample and then it will be assigned to that pad. And then that sample you can put through all the same features and effects that the internal synthesizer sounds use. That's very handy.